Peace, infinite waters diving deep once again. Here we are in Boa Vista. It's beautiful. The sun is out. This is Paradise Island right here, right now. How to clear your mind. Stop worrying, start living. Living from the heart instead of the mind. How do we free our minds? On my journey, I've realized that the human mind is similar to a computer. In a computer, you put programs. The more programs you have on a computer, the more it slows down until eventually it crashes. That's just the same as the mind. The more we accumulate in the mind, the more we slow down until eventually we crash. Belief is the program that creates our reality. It's all BS, belief systems. Therefore, whatever we're thinking, we are creating. In essence, we live in the world we're thinking of. It's liberating because when we talk of clearing the mind, many people want their mind instantly to switch off. That's impossible because in essence, the more effort you use to get into the effortless state, the more harder it becomes. There has to be no effort used at all. In essence, we have to surrender, and that way our heart space opens. When you let go of society's expectations, of what your family think, of what your friends think, when you tap into yourself and accept yourself 100%, then in essence your mind begins to dissolve. Because when we look at this world we live in, we don't know how it operates. We don't know the hidden mysteries. In essence, it's just a reflection of what's happening within ourselves. When we talk of the body and the mind and the soul, they're all interconnected. Many of us fail to see we're living in a matrix. Therefore, everything we accept as real has been put there as a program. And this is what fills the mind. We have hundreds of thousands of these little programs filling the mind, just like a computer. Therefore, to clear the mind, we have to begin deleting each one by one. And we look at people. What do we see? Can we just look at people without judging them? It's hard to do. On my journey, you look at someone, you're looking at their color, their race, their nationality. All of that creates a tremendous amount of blockage within the mind, a tremendous amount of confusion, a tremendous amount of problems, because we're not able to let go. As children, we are living free. We're living in the present moment. That's why we're so powerful. So in essence, it's about keeping alive the inner child in you to clear your mind. Do things that you did when you were younger. Many of our parents, they took us out of our present moment. The first time they said, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" That's it. That was the spell cast. Now we're thinking in the future. We're thinking, I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a doctor. Therefore, our mind is constantly out of the present moment. We're projecting into the future, which hasn't even taken place yet. There's no need to worry about something you have no control over. We're doing the opposite here on planet Earth. We're worrying about things we have no control over. We're worrying about events that we haven't even seen yet, that hasn't even happened yet. We're worrying about people when we're assuming. Assumptions make bad conclusions. You think you know certain people, you don't know them. You're just assuming. So we have to really take a reality check to clear our minds. We have to become honest with ourselves. The human being is on the run from itself. Many of us, we live as slaves. We live as prisoners to our own minds. All the time we want to do something. Just being out here in nature, it allows you to let go because you realize that you don't have to do anything. You can, in essence, tap into the flow and the beauty of life. It's just liberating just to see that all the time you are doing things. Hi, come. This is my dog, my friend. You see, the dog is just being. It is just allowing itself to be. And it's beautiful because animals are so free. Animals are free. Free to be. Free to enjoy life. There's only two forces in the universe, love or fear. Many of us are running around like headless chickens, therefore we're caught in perpetual fear. Distraction. The TV which tells lies to your vision. The radio. Once you switch that off and you turn on your spirit, you become illuminated. You begin to glow. All of us, all the time, we want to be doing something. Give me something to do. We're afraid of this silence that awaits us. The void, which is the existential vacuum. In that emptiness is where you find your true power. Once you embrace that, you begin to clear your mind. We also have this internal dialogue. The voices in our heads, in our minds. I'm not good enough. It's always this negative self-talk. Once we actually transcend the negative and the positive, then we begin to clear our minds, because many of us, we're seeing things in duality. We're seeing things divided, fragmented. Therefore, we become fragmented because essentially we attract what we are. We see what we are because, in essence, the external is only a reflection of what's taking place within us. So when we talk of clearing the mind of negative and positive, once you can transcend this duality of negative and positive, then you become whole. You begin to see that your internal dialogue, which is this self-talk, about maybe you should be doing this or you shouldn't be doing that. Once you let go of that and embrace it, it clears your mind. Because resistance makes stronger. If you say, I don't want any negative self-talk, then in essence it becomes stronger. Once you embrace your negative self-talk and you embrace your positive self-talk, then the mind can't tell the difference. So it does not disturb you. It does not affect your equilibrium. We have to look at the biorhythm of many of us on planet Earth. Many of us are out of sync with ourselves. And right now, the new paradigm is all about tuning into ourselves. That's one way to clear our mind. The lifestyle we're living. Are we eating food which is promoting our wellness? That is giving us energy, sun foods, plant-based foods. All of this affects our minds on a molecular level. Therefore, we have to eat sun foods. We have to eat foods which raise our vibration higher. Many of us, when we're living in a low vibration, it affects our mind. Our mind becomes cloudy. Our mind becomes dull. We lose this vigor for life. Once you've lost that spark of life, then it's over. To reignite the flame, we have to begin to delete the programs. We have to let go of everything we think we know about life. Many of us, we are born into a religion. Once we actually realize that we're made from the same fabric as the universe, there is no external Messiah coming to save you. You are what you seek. It's liberating. All of that frees your mind because the search is over. Many of us were on this quest for enlightenment. And I always tell people, enlightenment is knowing how much you don't know. And that clears your mind because you realize you're living in a world of infinite possibilities. That is what the new paradigm is all about. It's about people from all over the world connecting, like minds, kindred spirits, forming this amazing bond which can't be broken. Clearing your mind is about living from your heart. To live from your heart, you have to step outside of linear time, which is man-made. There is enough to go around on the planet. We've been told and lulled into a false sense of security. Many of us, we want to be secure on the planet. You want your job, which is going to pay you a certain amount at the end of the week. This security, in essence, is actually what enslaves us. So to clear your mind, you have to let go of your security. When something is secure, what happens? It can't move. It becomes stuck. So many of us in these cities, we're secure. We have a secure way of living, but in essence, we're prisoners. So to clear your mind, you have to be fluid like the ocean. You have to be able to move. You have to be able to adapt to the tide and flow. The power lies within yourself. Once you realize that, the mind becomes clearer. You develop an inner clarity, an inner radiance. And that's what it's all about. We are under a big spell on planet Earth. It's frightening. The more you delve deeper, the more you realize how much universal mind control has taken its toll on so many. And this is why our minds are filled up, because there is a war for the hearts and minds of the people. Whoever can get into your mind first wins. So to clear our minds, we have to break the spell from within. We have to take back our power. We have to realize that money is a spell, religion is a spell, race is a spell. To be a free sovereign being, we must let all of that go. Let go of the illusion. Embrace nature. Put your feet into Mother Earth. Walk around, begin to feel. Many of us, we're wearing trainers. We're wearing shoes. How can we feel anything? We're wearing so many layers of clothes. Therefore, we are concealed in what we wear. Therefore, we're concealed in how we think. Our spirit is concealed. We don't even know it. The more we begin to take off the layers is the more we begin to clear our mind. We have to strip everything bare to its organic, original essence. We have to realize that we have been played on planet Earth in a big way. But it's only what goes around comes around, because how we treat other life forms on the planet is how we're also being treated. When we could begin to look at animals with respect and not butcher them, then maybe things will change. Maybe our minds will not be so confused, because on an energetic level, everything, when we butcher animals, their energy is being passed on to us. Information is stored in water. Dr. Emoto has done work on that. Therefore, blood contains water. Therefore, the information from the animals is being passed into hundreds of thousands, millions of human beings around the planet. They're taking on this fear, this agony, this sickness. That is what we're creating on a mass scale. However, it's changing, because more people are realizing that we are not the only superior life form on the planet. Every life form deserves the same treatment, respect. That way we can clear our minds. We begin to eat karma-free foods. We begin to live in a way which is beneficial for us, but more so for every other life form on the planet. Right now, on the planet, as I'm seeing, everything is changing because people are getting the wake-up call. Right now, if you're not bumping into some kind of information, I don't know where you've been. Maybe you've dug yourself in a hole somewhere. But this is the information age. This is the age of the water bearer, where the hidden is coming to light. All of the lies which has kept humanity blinded. Now the veil is being lifted. That's what the apocalypse means. It means removing the veil. And that is what's happening. All of that will help clear our minds. Don't be afraid of entering the unknown. Many of us, we want to stay in our comfort zone because it's safe. If you don't venture out, you will never be able to clear your mind, because you'll always be wondering what is on the other side. The power is within you. To develop an inner clarity, we have to give ourselves our own unique value system. And that is a great way to clear your mind. Do not let anybody give you value. We have to embrace ourselves. You have to love yourself. Before you can love anybody, you have to love yourself. Live from the heart. Clearing the mind is also looking at the sports. All of these games that we play in society. It's great, but many of us, we're living through these sports stars vicariously. What are you doing with your life? What game are you playing? Because that is the most important one. So it's beautiful out here. I send everyone much love and abundance. To clear your mind, we must always realize that the power is within. The external is the internal. Right here, right now, in Boa Vista, it's beautiful. What more do you want? Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace.